Hello, my friend. I thank you for being here. Your presence is appreciated very much. Welcome to my world. We are going to explore various aspects of life and learn interesting perspectives of it. I would like to remind that I post my information for entertainment purposes only. But for those who are awake and aware, you will attain keys to open many locked doors. In order for you to understand the concepts that I present for you here, it is best to see all of life as one mass, one force, a unified field of energy. This way you perceive everything as interconnected, as energy that can mold and morph into anything. Hence anything becomes possible. Having such a perception, life becomes more interesting. It becomes a playground which can be enjoyed in all sorts of ways. Things become accessible to you and you no longer feel like a victim. You become alive and aware, you become peaceful. With that out of the way, let's continue with the topic. People have been consuming food for a very long time. All kinds of foods and different ways of preparing and combining them. We say it gives us energy, it makes us stronger, gives more vitality to our bodies and all kinds of things. Now, all these statements indicate the parameters that keep people in this very precious food consumption loop. We consume and still many people have not yet questioned themselves why they eat the way they do and why they eat whatever food they choose to eat. I don't just mean going to Google, asking all the questions there, and awaiting answers. I mean really going into yourself, mind, body, spirit, or however you perceive yourself to be and asking that question, discovering for yourself. Observe and learn how a particular food makes you feel. And why do you even eat it to begin with? One very important question is that, are we really gaining energy from the food we eat? Let's explore this further. Say there are two perspectives to approach consumption of food. Number one. When you state that you gain energy from food, you are implying that you depend on food for your energy and without it you can't survive. Number two. When you state that you gain energy from food, you are declaring to yourself, who is eternal spirit and undying, that you are going to extract energy from this food only as a mental affirmation. But you can gain energy from any other source you choose. You are energy. And there are infinite ways to interact with it. Now tell me, which perspective do most people in our beloved earth fall in? The answer is simple. Perspective number one, and that is why there is so much fear of death. Because should you not eat, then you will most likely perish. And this is a parameter that is accepted mostly unconsciously. But don't be surprised when you hear about a yogi who doesn't eat food at all or someone who has gone 16 years without food or water, and there are many such cases out there for you to explore. You have to understand this simple fact. Life is infinite and there are infinite ways in which your spirit can manifest yourself. And that this matrix we live in is just a set of parameters that can be changed and organized differently and however you like. Now let's dive even deeper. What we are is energy, vibrating at different frequencies. All that we are, all that exists is energy. Even the food you eat. So, since both you and the food are energy, then it means when you are eating you are simply switching to another energy or energies. Hence that gaining of energy mindset is you actually switching to other energy frequencies, and in this case the food. And at the end you are the one who decides to grow simply by an energetic perception of expansion. This means you can grow even without the food. You can grow by interacting with any energy field of your choice. You can grow your body using fresh air and sunlight alone. It's only a movement of energy, not so much of gaining the energy. Most people are trapped in the food consumption loop. You have to understand what I mean here. There is no problem with consuming food. I am only pointing out that it is possible to transcend it and learn new ways of living. Just realize that it is just an affirmation that is put to practice for a very long period of time. It is all in your mind. And you can change this affirmation to any that you desire and practice it while learning every day, thus creating what you will later recognize as your life experience. Okay, moving on. You are energy. And you can organize yourself in many ways and create many different aspects that you want in life through awareness. Even when you breathe, you gain energy. When you simply move your body through various exercises, you gain energy. When you sleep, you gain energy as well. When you see with your eyes, you gain energy. You just have to understand the kind of energy you gain from any movement you make. You just have to understand, through awareness, the frequency of the vibration you are tapping into. When you are eating, you are simply tapping into the state of being the food is in. Food takes long to process in your body compared to consuming fluids, which takes a shorter time. And compared to air, which takes an even shorter period of time. Also compared to vision, which is instant acquisition of energy. Yes, you heard that right. You also eat when you look at things. When you see and understand, you are literally eating as well. That is why you can see someone eating every day, and still they remain looking the same. Because growth is a function of how the spirit, who you really are, operates. More than the food. So like tuning a radio to a different station, when you eat a food you are simply tuning to a different energy. Not a bigger or smaller energy, just a different energy. The idea of gaining can deceive you into thinking that you can lose anything. You are not losing anything in that regard, just changing the energy flow. And you remain what you have always been and always will be, alive and conscious. I believe you are following me. You know how in the ancient pyramids they focused more on channeling the energy and not producing it. As in, the pyramids did not produce energy, rather they only channeled the energy of the earth. The case is similar to us. In fact, they took the idea from the way natural life force moves in our bodies and they manifested those magnificent portals. It is more about the movement of energy. In other words, how energy vibrates. Movement or vibration is the quality of what we recognize as spirit. From the above explanation, you immediately begin to realize that one can go without solid food for a long time because energy can be acquired in many ways. Energy, after all, is all that exists.